Otherwise, they should be here in time for any important decisions. So let's get into it. Last time on Journey to the Shrouded Isles, we had a number of small realizations, bits and pieces of information requested from the Tree of Life, the World's Tree, Tree of many names, but you all know him and love him as Elsander. Um, as you had your many visions come to an end, with your connection severed and your information gained, you all had a little powwow at the kind of bottom of the roots, next to where you met with Kalahara for the first time, and just talked about what you each saw. Uh, Duradon briefly sharing that he now has goals, and it was very evident just by the body language and how he presented himself that he wasn't going to share it right now, but involved violence. Um, you each learned and shared about how your visions went. Mustang telling you guys about how he saw his mom slash mother figure when he started the dream. How we saw a very rare instance of Kipley telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Um, and all of you kind of just combining your gathered lore into one. We did also get to see Mammoth sharing with the party his kind of more terrifying knowledge that he is a reincarnation. Still his own person, but has been his own person for lifetimes and lifetimes. And the party now looked at the child a little different. Um, you all kind of discussed with this information if you had any differences in what the next step was. But it seemed that after Zyrus kind of confirmed with each of you that you were still good, um, plan hadn't changed, that you were still going to be heading towards the City of Magic. Uh, and where Kipley also mentioned that the hit list was still ready and available, and that the tree said, "You already had power to change the entire history of the world, technically, um, by removing certain bloodlines if you wanted to." Um, and you got some tentative warning from both the party and Cyrus, but what that could mean for the past slash your previous present when you return to it, if you can return to it. But nevertheless, that was all interrupted by Kalahara kind of stepping in and asking if you could all gather round and discuss next steps slash goodbyes. Um, Quickly wrapping up, you had a brief meeting with the keepers, of which Mustang waited to kind of get their side of the elemental story instead of asking Alsander about it, where you all learned that keepers are essentially far less formal titles than what Mustang thought. It very much is a similar situation where you trap a spirit or you bond with a spirit to hold it with inside a physical vessel, which is your own body most of the time, and just keep this spirit at bay so that if it is one of mass destruction or just destructive properties, it doesn't upset the balance of the world and what it currently is, and or was. Uh, they often take bestial forms or aspects if the spirit they had has a connection to a certain animal, or if it has a certain affinity to an alignment, it can also change their appearance. As you saw with Rel and Helena, as one turns from both half elves turned into a owl-esque shifter, and one of a massive black crow. After briefly going over their history and how they came about, Mustang got some answers as to what the community does to inhibit them, but never really got one like strong answer as to what the keepers kind of do besides just hold on to the spirits, and seemed satisfied enough to the point where it didn't have many other questions than what was already answered. And they also didn't seem to know about the primordial spark, so that probably was a big factor in not asking any more questions. But Kalahara at least expanded on anything that you guys saw in your visions, uh, but also beckoned for Mammoth and Kipley to join her on a walk. Where you guys separated, and while the half of you stayed at the table, the other half joined her up a branching pathway on a literal branch that brought you up to Elsander's kind of higher up tree line. And as she settled down and gestured for both of you to sit on either side of her, uh, conversation that was had that was familiar to at least one of you with Mammoth, as she once again mentioned that now this making a little bit more sense of how you had met before previously, how that she had once in the past fought alongside you, with you, and held great respect for you, um, was concerned for you in this moment as this current incarnation is very young, and you are going against very dangerous threats, and to kind of help offer you aid where she can't physically anymore. Um, she wanted to check in with the bloodline that she believed could help you. Um, with a little twist and turn of what we've heard in the past already, we learned that Kipley's descendants, and the reason of why Kalahara seemed to be so confused and somewhat familiar with Kipley when you first walked into the grove, uh, was that the bloodline of your ancestors that have gone back to this very time, ancient and ancient, going beyond even the arcane detonation, has been guides trained by the very previous incarnation of Mammoth to help hold the secrets of Alsander. What Kalahara described as the key to keeping this beast at bay, at hold. Its limbs can only be seen by a select few individuals, and it can only be interacted with by an even fewer amount of individuals. Clearly as being seen, one of which is Mammoth, and the only person in the party, and one that you have run into in the world, that can see the branches, has been Kipley. And there was kind of a deep shuddering of realization, denial, confusion, and a whole bunch of overwhelming emotions going over Kipley, trying to understand what aspects of your past might have been true or might have been slightly altered now knowing this. Details that you haven't fully shared with the party, so I'm going to keep that hidden. But Mammoth was given a little gift on his way out. Um, a part, one of the branches of Elsander from the tree directly, not just from his many limbs that reach throughout the world, but from the actual base of the tree. A small stringless bow was placed into your hands and immediately kind of disapparated into dust. But you felt that you were still carrying something, like it was with you, even though you couldn't see it anymore. And with the kind of storming off of Kipley and Kid Flash over here racing up behind her, um, you all gathered, said your goodbyes. Kalhara gave her blessings, and also mentioned that upon asking from Kipley if it was possible to get to the glowing wildlands, did mention that the Grove has connection to just about every bit of nature. Oh, well, look at that. Didn't even have to wait until the end of the recap. The Grove has a connection to every bit of nature, expanding for miles and miles and miles away, even from the Hollow Hills, but doesn't actually have a shadow network linking it to the glowing wildlands. The closest one that they have is Chiselborn, which is only a few dozen miles off. So that if you ever wanted to venture there, you could always come back to the Grove and they could help transport you there safely. And with that, you all gathered around with Winnie once more. She brought you up into the kind of upper cave-like portion of the Ironwood thicket, and you all stepped through a portal, very similar to how you entered this place. And on the other side, you saw a expansive grassland, not too dissimilar from when you first stepped out of the palace. However, this one much more tame, less mountainous and rocky. This full with uh, what can be described as a mountain range, but far smaller and far less deformed than what you saw by the hollowed hills. And after only a brief bit of travel, as night fell, you saw the many cities that are gathered into the one city of Relen beginning to light up as the night, illuminated by the various different purples, blues, and shades of green, took over your eyes. That is where we ended, and that is where we're going to pick up this session, as we haven't stepped quite into the City of Magic just yet, but we are on the outskirts uh, as all of you begin to approach. You have about a 2 mile walk, so you're still a good like half an hour before you actually reach the city. But you can see off in the distance what you presume to be the main academy or the main palace of this place is separated from the actual city itself and is extremely visible, leading to believe that the size of this is almost like nothing of what you've seen before. The give or take, of course, for when you saw Uldren's Palace, but outside of that, any standing structure that would have been seen back in your time, Paradise Peak was limited in terms of how much space it had. So, besides the Cloud District, most of the buildings were kept relatively small and compact to allow for a greater population to live there. But these buildings are far more eccentric. You can see a number of different, what you could guess to be wizard towers and their spires, piercing into the sky, all of which are different shapes, materials, colors that are beyond just the regular spectrum for what you would expect to see for buildings and painted, and what they would be painted on, excuse me. And as you begin to approach, you can see that there is, well, there's no formal gateways. There is gaps in the almost semicircle of mountain, excuse me, um, where it looks like there's natural ravines that lead into the city itself. Uh, and you're not quite close enough to see if there's people there yet, but you can see there is a natural way for you to enter this place. So, as you begin to approach, is there anything that you guys would like to do, discuss, or anything that you would like to prepare as you're beginning to see the city rapidly approach?
It's a lot prettier than I thought it was going to be. It sounds like trains in the distance too. Alright, any last grievances before we go in here? No? How are we feeling about, using identities and such, or are we still planning to just tell them everything about who we are as we have been thus far?
I mean,
Maris will chime in. Oh, go ahead.
there's no. Oh, you good. There's no particular reason to really tell anybody who we are aside from, I mean, maybe the person that we're here to see,
Right. I
the
think
people.
there's exceptions when the divine are involved, but maybe not just with common folk.
Okay.
I think random names should be good. Why did you have pitches for when we go in of what we're going to be called?
No, they kind of just roll off the top of my head. I just wanted clarification, because it seems like thus far, everyone's just been throwing out their real names.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think are the things that are bad. Like,
Okay. I
a,
disagree, but...
Context behind them, yeah.
yeah, a name is just a way to identify a person. Your name, as unique as, to be fair, never met another Kipley. Guarantee you, over the course of maybe thousands of years or hundreds of years or whatever, there will be another Kipley somewhere along the line. Your name will be used again in some capacity, maybe even spelled differently.
Well, I certainly
Uh,
hope so. That helps pull all the pressure off of me.
yeah. So again, I don't think name. We're not planning to stick out extraordinarily in this place. You're a shifter, which means you look like human most of the time, or human-ish most of the time, and so do I. And I mean, everyone else, Mustang is a human. I, I don't know if I don't know if Mammoth is a halfling or just a child, and I don't think I've
I'm a
ever had.
halfling.
Oh, okay, cool,
And
cool,
a
cool.
child.
Yeah, both actually.
It's not exclusive.
But he's
Yeah,
also
I
really
wasn't.
old.
Yeah.
Like, really, really old.
I
Yeah.
wonder if something that measures age would pick up on how old you really are.
Do you have something like that?
No, but we're going into the city of magic. That's just in my head.
You don't think it'll be a problem, right?
No, I think there are weirder things than you here, probably.
What?
I don't know. A dragon in disguise. A Trask in a trench coat.
What
I don't
did
even
you
know what
ask?
that is.
You know? Not many do. And it's good that that's the way. Well, it's that way. Well, it could be a way. I'm not sure. Words are hard.
Right.
Onwards and downwards.
So, logicking our way through this,
Oh.
entering a new city for the first time, do we want to just straight shot to the big man? Do we want to snoop about, see if we can find anything about certain people or certain, I don't know, ongoings?
Do we need to be snooping? Are we? I think we're allowed to be here.
I don't think there's any reason why we wouldn't, but just, I know
Which
there's
is
some.
kind of nice when I think about it.
Yeah, I feel. Well, no, we've been welcome a few times before, at least as long as I've been with all of you. It's just normally what follows the welcome is the bad part.
Yeah.
What's the name of the person we're looking for again, Mammoth?
Uh.
DC 9 history check.
Where the fuck is my? I think I
Hoping
have a
you
0.
fail.
Yay!
13? Damn
Yeah.
it. You're looking for Torrin Salir, which you would guess to probably be the ancestor of Layla Salir.
Torla?
What?
Sorry.
Yeah, we're looking for somebody named Torin Salir.
Torrin. The last name I won't forget.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, I suppose we can ask around or something.
Yeah. Alright. Kipley's gonna start marching down.
Alright. Anything spell-wise, ability-wise, or any ability checks that you would like to make and or do before you begin your approach to the city? Last call.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. It's
Uh,
just gotta ask, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
Are there
looking.
any what's or what's?
I mean, no.
I don't think.
We've had a long rest. Yeah. Let me give you that.
Yes, you have rested. The whole vision quest with Elsander counted as a long rest. And although it is technically night where you are rested. So it's not like you're going in exhausted or anything like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Wada.
Wada. Wada. As you waddle away, waddle, you can see as you begin to pass through the converging cliff sides, although it is natural, and this seems to be a natural formation not brought about by magic, or if it was, made so that it would look extremely natural. It looks like this was a formation that was not man-made in any way. Um, you can see there is a road. It does turn to cobblestone as you begin to approach, just veering off from the dirt that you've been walking on so far. And as you are probably a good, like, let's say 500 to 600 feet walking into the ravine, you can see on either side just the massive rising cliffs of stone and just this strange fog that seems to drift above you. It's not actually at the level of which you're walking, like its height is a good 200 or 300 feet up. But you can tell by the density that if it is natural, uh, there's definitely some amplification or enhancement as to how much it would have been produced, or at least changed in some way, as it is essentially a wall that you just cannot see past. But in a kind of pretty way, you can see the lights from the city leaking through, kind of lighting up the mist with different colors as you're walking by. And up ahead, you do see that eventually, once you make your ways through this, and it is about a 10 to 15 minute walk, um, as you pass through the final bit of the ravine, there is a actual gate. It's not a iron gate, or it's not anything that would be preventing you from walking past. But you can see it's more like a guard patrol station. There is a raised platform with a varying number of different individuals on top of it. You can see there are some archers. You can see there's about 2 to 3 guards in just kind of standard armor. Not overly prepared for what would look like a siege, so no plate mail or anything like that, just standard chain. You can see some in scale mail as well. And you do see there are some robed figures with them who could be any number of casters, but in total, probably be a number to maybe 11, 12 people in total. Um, and you can see as you begin to approach, one of them kind of shouts to the other and begins making their way down from the platform and from their post, and begins to approach the group as you all are kind of meeting together now, being intercepted. Not in like a rash or rapid pace, just casually walking towards you. After a few moments, you can see it is a half orc. Um, Probably like late 60s, maybe even early 70s by the graying of hair and kind of the wear of their face. You see the figure wearing kind of gleaming silver and gold armor. Chestplate definitely has a little bit of wear to it. You can see some various different slashes and just chips in the armor from use and its age in it. Um, but you notice that there is no actual crest on it. It just seems to be plain armor without um, any markings to bear for any house or any particular city and or person that they've pledged themselves to, which is rare because at least from where you all from, the Brotherhoods managed to stamp just about every piece of armor that was made, if not every armor that was made. And as he approaches, you see he goes, right, hey, excuse me, one moment, let me just stop you right here before you enter the city proper. Um, our name is Zagahol. Uh, what is... He kind of looks and goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is your purpose for visiting the city of Relen?
Well, we've never been. We heard there was a really big city here that we could come visit. We are looking for a friend of ours that was here, but we're not really sure if they're here or not. Well, a friend of a friend of a friend, like a name that we were told, hey, you should check out this person. We were like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Always wanted to go to the big city, and here we are.
Right. Do you have introductions or papers for this friend of yours?
Oh, no, I don't think we have papers.
Does this friend of yours have a name?
Torin?
kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Torn Celia.
Well, yeah. I think that's it. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your business with the architect?
Well,
I think she was gonna make some magic for us,
Ah,
or yeah, we were gonna pay her to, exchange of goods and services kind of a thing.
and he kind of pauses for a moment, eyes all of you. Like it's now turned from like visitors just checking on who you are to you've given a seemingly important name, and they're beginning to take a more detailed account as to what each of you look like, each of you carrying, and are kind of just now moving into sizing you up a bit more. And would you have a point of contact that Mr. Celia would know of?
oh.
Names, perhaps, that you would recognize?
Oh, our names?
Well,
I
if you said that he was supposed to be crafting an item for you, I am
Well, we haven't
certain he
actually
would provide
talked to them
papers.
yet. Like I said, friend of a friend of a friend. We were
You got
hoping.
recommended
Yeah.
Mr. Celia's services, but you have not yet made contact with him.
That's it.
Well, I would, if you actually knew Mrs. Celia, would have offered escort to the services. I would have offered an escort to the manor, but I'm leaning more towards understanding that you are potential customers. So I will allow you to find yourselves into the way to him on your own.
Okay.
Welcome to the City of Magic. Enjoy your stay.
Oh, thank
Few
you.
rules that you would need to follow as you enter.
Okay.
There are no spells allowed past midnight. Any casting, any of whatsoever, is monitored directly by the architect and all of the underlings who will be monitoring. And he kind of points up into the sky, a decent bit off. You can just see, now that you're a bit closer and you're past the outer ring that surrounds Relen, there's just a number of floating, what looks like to be like crystals in the air, which doesn't seem uncommon. Could be any number of magical artifacts. But you can see they're just kind of gently pulsing with this kind of blue, almost turquoise-like light. And it looks like originally from a distance they were almost like lamps or meant for lighting purposes. But now that you're closer, you can see there's a little bit of almost electricity or some kind of energy sparking off of them. And he goes, the underlings or the lamplighters will catch any detection of magic within the city. I kindly ask, keep yourselves safe, and if there is any conflict, to rush to the proper authorities rather than try and take care of any issues yourselves, as there is untold number of secrets, information, and, more importantly, many innocent lives that we house here. Anyone and everyone is welcome into the city of Berlin. Our knowledge is very sought after, and we understand that everyone in the world should have an opportunity to live, grow at their own pace. If you wish to visit the academia or become a student there, you are free to visit the grounds. There are obviously restricted areas you're not allowed to go unless you are a student. Um, but all of their amenities and libraries are for public access in case you would like to research anything. A number of our esteemed staff and guides will be there to assist you.
So no spells past midnight. When can you start back up?
Well, between the hours of midnight and 7 in the morning is a no casting zone, no casting time, however you like to put it. Anything between those hours, you will need to get a permit for a place, not for a person. If you are going to be doing research during such time, that is understandable, and you can make a case to either the architect staff or the architect himself if you do happen to find a meeting with him for this item procurement that you were talking about. He is actually, in fact, the one who controls the lamplighters and helps monitor this city for all of those magical purposes and needs. Oh, but do not worry if you are concerned that you will be casting at a time where you would not be allowed to. It is monitored and displayed throughout the city to let you know when casting is allowed.
Oh, okay. That's great. And then, if you said if we needed help with things, to reach out to people that wear armor like you?
Well, any one of us, yes, really. Any questions about the city, most of us can assist with. But if you have questions related to the arcane, we do have a number of researchers that are made available at the academy who can be hired to help and assist in any research that you might have, or help answer any questions that you might have about various different arcane, divine, or other wizardly things. I'm not much of a caster myself, so I could only really answer city questions, unfortunately.
Well, thank you. That's so helpful. If you had friends or family traveling in here to town, and you had to recommend a good tavern, where would you recommend?
Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Oh.
There is a number of good places here. And I won't lie, there is some that are better than others. If you're looking for proper, not tourist attractions, not popular spots that are going to be suggested to everybody, but for people who have lived here, who have grown up here, and who have been staying here their entire lives, the Flumps Fin is going to be your place to stay and eat.
The Flump Spin. I like the sound of that.
Whimsical little creatures, and not too bad of a tag name. There are more catchier ones, but it's why I've called home for a number of years.
Oh, that's lovely.
Anything else I can help you folks with?
No, I don't think so. You guys good? We good to move? Go on?
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Have yourselves a wonderful and safe evening.
Liam.
Yeah.
How do you spell this guy's name?
So, there's no way you could have guessed.
No.
I'll go ahead and I'll post it. I didn't actually have art room in mind, but
Oh, it's okay.
I'll just post it in general chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you want to take a guess? You want to take
No,
take a
no.
swing at
You've
it?
been repeating it. I
Wanna
was
take a
like,
swing
I'm
at
not gonna try
Zarlog?
that. I'm gonna butcher that.
No, proper orcish names, not.
I bet there's an
meant to be,
apostrophe.
So, Ryan?
Yeah. I bet it's after the third letter.
Go ahead. No, that's where you lost it. That's where you lost
Oh.
it. Go ahead and take additional inspiration though, because there is in fact an apostrophe sword lock. Oh my god, that's funny. Man, this man just peeking into my DM binder for a second, like,
Dude, I've been playing
orcish names.
Skyrim for
Yeah,
so long. There's always an apostrophe.
always an apostrophe. You can't escape them. It's just, you know, if you want to make something sound Tolkien-esque, or in this case, from the lands of Skyrim, put apostrophe in there. But yeah, as Zorlog returns to his post, um, you guys walk past and begin to enter the city. Now you weren't told what district you would be finding him in, so you are kind of just asking about. Um, as it is night, do you want to try and search out for Torin right now, or do you want to try and head to the Flumps Fin or any other number of establishments? Because this is a massive city compared to Paradise Peak. Um, the Cloud District, which is the biggest district in terms of merchandise, uh, is dwarfed by maybe Relen being almost just over 2.5 times its size. So it's not quite the full size of the island itself, but it's close. So where would you like to go? What would you like to see?
Oh man.
What time is it?
Conveniently, as you look up into the night sky, you do notice as you get deeper into the city, there are these kind of blue. Yeah, it was. Nearby those lamplighter crystals, you do see kind of shooting down from the bottom of them. There are these strange little, almost illusion based displays that have the date and time on them. And right now, it is currently. We're gonna go around. Let's say, let me roll d10 because I did lowball it. You're looking about at 8. We'll call it 8:30 at night. So not
Let's go to the
within, not within like the closing hours for like the city, but you still have casting available, and you still have most taverns are going to be open at this time, at the very least. Shops might be a little close to closing up shop, but who knows? Anything's possible.
Let's just settle down for tonight and make a game plan for tomorrow and stuff.
Oh, brutal timing for Ash.
Well,
Coming in right after the explanation for the city.
no, no, no.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's not too bad.
I'll figure it
Um,
out.
I'll give you the Spark Notes edition in your secret channel.
Thank you.
So, do you want to go to the tavern recommended by Zarlog, or do you want to try and take your own shot at trying to either ask around and or investigate or perceive your way around the city to try and find yourself a different tavern or a place to stay?
I think the plum spin is fine.
Yeah, I'll go to the flop scene.
Hell yeah.
Lumps Finn it is. So, as someone go ahead and give me you can either all make the check, or if one person wants to man it, you guys can give them an advantage. Give me perception, investigation, or charisma, depending on whether you want to look for yourselves or ask around to try and find it.
Perception, investigation, or what?
Just straight charisma check.
I vote Duradon makes the perception check.
I'm gonna say charisma. That's a
Dear
great.
God, no. If it was charisma, we'd be fucked. But yeah, I can make the perception check.
Cool. Yeah, go for it. Man that has fucking eagle eye vision makes sense.
Oh yeah. Uh,
You can go ahead and make that with advantages.
that's gonna be 20.
Dirty 20. Nice.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so it does take you a while to actually get to the tavern, not for the lack of sight, but just because you find out it is basically on the opposite side of the city. You have to go almost right past and or next to the academy itself. But eventually you do end up spotting a strange creature that I don't think any of you have ever seen before. Um, Kind of marked on a sign that does say Flump's Fin. Just for reference, for everyone that has played D&D but never seen what a flump looks like before, I'll go ahead and post a picture in the game visuals channel for what you see the sign has. It is essentially, if you can imagine, a jellyfish had eyes and a mouth, and was meant to be a very cute creature, but
They're so
also
cute.
very unsettling at times.
No.
This is
just
a
cute.
flump. And you see, like, the two eyes are kind of just they are just carved in, but you can see there's little kind of bits of either silver or some kind of metal that kind of make them gleam as the board is reflected on by the light of the lamplighters above. Uh, and as you enter, you can see it is a rather large establishment. Compared to like the Golden Cutlass or like the Vermilion Scabbard, it's equal in size to the Golden Cutlass, but you can definitely tell that this seems to be like this isn't the place to be in town. This is not the nicest bar you've ever seen. It doesn't look brand new. There is kind of older like cushions and chairs, and you see some tables have some grooves in them that clearly haven't been mended or fixed in a while. But you can see it is still rather lively. There's a number of people filling up the room, of all various different varieties as well. As far as you can tell, since you've walked the streets of Relen, no one there doesn't seem to be any predominant species here. The only one that you can tell is slightly more than everyone else is, if you can guess it, elves. Um, there's a good number of half elves that you can see in here as well. You do see there is another orc, um, but manning the bar and kind of hovering about in the room, you can see that there is just this little spurt of dust, and as you see this little like glimpse of something moving very quickly, um, there's just a large poof sound, like a and appearing in front of you, you see sitting at about 2 feet tall, with these little almost seem to be insect-like appendages, but with a fur kind of covering to them. Um, Beautiful, almost butterfly wings like behind them. You see this tiny little fairy woman, just excited, big smile on her face, wearing a nice little dress. Pop in and go, hello. Welcome to the Flumps Finn. My name is Finn. How may I help you? Do you want drinks? Do you need rooms? Do you need food? What can I get all of you? A table. You need a table first, please. Come on in. Let's find you somewhere to sit. Would you like a bar? Would you like a table that can fit all of you sitting around? Would you like to face each other?
Oh
We do
yeah,
have booths.
is there like? Oh yeah, can we have a booth?
I can see, and you see they turn and see like there's 4 empty booths. He goes, I think we might just have one. Would you like one that's next to the window? I know some people don't like the draft, but it is the more temperate seasons.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Follow me. And they just disappear again and reappear next to the booth. You see they start kind of wiping it down with a little rag, and then looks left to right, mutters a small incantation, and you watch as just a layer of dust sifts off of some of the booth chairs, says off the cushion, excuse me, and just floats into the air before vanishing. Majority of you who are spellcasters can tell prestidigitation. And as you all kind of follow her over there, you see she goes, so, what would you like? What can I get you? Would you like something warm, cold? We do have a various number of desserts, hot foods, fruits, meats. We have a lot here. And more can be procured if you have something that's very specific. It may cost more because we will have to summon it, but that's what we can do for you in the City of Magic.
So fun. I don't know. What do you guys want? Do you want food?
I want the chocolatiest thing that you can find.
Oh,
Chocolatest thing.
I've heard so much about chocolate. I've never had it before.
That's
Let me try
going
it.
to be a challenge because I don't know what the
Yeah.
chocolatest thing that you have seen is. But we do have chocolate items on our menus. We don't have menus. I don't want to lie to you. It is just me listing off every item that I know of. But we are working on getting some, and my mind is a steel trap, so you can ask me anything and I will remember it and know exactly what you need and or want. Well, only you know what you need, but I know what we have so that we can meet those needs.
Whatever's your favorite. Surprise me.
Chocolatey something.
I just want to try it.
Gotcha. Wonderful. Chocolatey something for our silvery fox friend. Hello. And you, how about you? Sparkly eyes. And she looks at Kipley.
oh, I'm good actually. But
Good?
yeah,
Don't want to eat?
She doesn't say mammoth.
Surprise me.
Surprising. Ooh, I have plenty of things that I can surprise you with, but you, my fine young gentleman, I'll find you something. And you, whoa, my great googly heavens above. Wow. Gotta say, mister, full due respect, it's like I am looking at the peaks of the mountains themselves before time has eroded them and shaped them down into
Oh.
hills that the man has started to walk upon.
Don't inflate his ego more than it is.
It's just a big guy.
I
I
know.
don't see a lot of tall humans around here. Well, actually, no. You got kind of pointed ears. Not quite an elf. Wait. Hold on. I'm good at this. Give me a moment. Closes her eyes. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, Duradon. You're looking to beat a DC 12. Oh no.
Oh
Is
yeah,
he
he
not
said he'd
back?
be right back.
Shit. That was like 7 minutes ago. So I was like, surely he's back by now. Oh, we missed the Finn rant. That's brutal. Hey, gang. It's okay. That's okay. We move on. Cool. And you see in the meantime, she looks at Zyrus and goes, and hello, what can I get for you? And Zyrus just goes, I think just we'll go for Mug of Ale and, if you have any curated meats. Yes. Curated meats and ale. Okay, love it. Somewhat of a normal order. So we got chocolatey, we got surprise, we got nothing, and we got the Silent Mountain. All right, I'll be back. Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you, Finn. I'm
And
sorry
then
he
just
takes his
vanishes
boundaries
into
so
dust.
seriously.
And you can see there's no other servers here, and you like as you're looking around, you can tell that like the amount of customers in here isn't enough to like warrant a lot of workers necessary, but just based on like taking in the room and your surroundings, seeing no other servers, you probably guess this is a one-woman business, and Finn is running it by herself.
I really like this place.
I do too. How many breaths do you think that lady took that whole time? She talked an awful lot.
I don't think she did take one. Cyrus just kind of shoots her a glare from across the room.
It was charming.
I don't know.
She said I was
Ta-
a silver fox. I'm charming.
Charming customers, I feel like, is in the tavern running business, or just any business that provides you ale.
Oh, Cyrus, don't get jealous.
Oh, if you think I'm jealous, that's adorable. She's literally 2 feet tall. Could squash her in an instant. Not that I would, but
You discriminating
fine.
right now.
Nope. Nope.
Maybe
Just
Don likes short women.
What do you have
Gonna-
against short people?
hey, nothing against short people. It's more about the Fae aspect. Not saying I don't trust all Fae, just saying seems very high-pitched energy Fae creature that a lot of them talk really fast so that they can make deals and things like that. So I'm always just a little careful around them. That's all.
Does a business transaction count as a deal, I wonder? She's extracting some kind of power from this exchange that we've got going on here.
Now, that is an actual concern I used to have. And yes, some Fae do try and set up businesses and disguise themselves like people so they can make deals. Never sign anything for any meals, just pay with coin and move on.
Kipling shrugs. I've kind of given up on trying not to make deals. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, I was
That's
never
not
really
good.
worried about it before, so
You should
I'm
be
not really worried
concerned.
now.
I just haven't really been able to spot it before. You know, I just gotta kind of roll with it.
That's a problem.
Well, I'm still alive. Despite, everything. That's gotta be.
That's testament
for
to your
something.
luck or your
I
fate.
wouldn't call it luck.
You know, let's just be happy that you are. I'll cheers to that. I don't have a drink yet. And as she says that, without actually seeing Finn, you just watch as poofs of magic, which is literally just like small explosions of fairy dust. Zyrus's meal and drink appear in front of her. Mammoth, in front of you is what appears to be pancakes, but with a bunch of fruit on it that makes it look like it's a big smiley face with 2 pancakes and a bunch of fruit on the bottom.
yeah!
And you can see there's some sort of either like milk or something that's just some sort of white substance that seems very cold to the touch coming from another mug that's placed in front of you. And in front of Mustang, you said chocolatey something. In front of you is just it's a bowl of melted chocolate, and then another bowl of assorted fruits next to it as well.
Oh wait, it's actually coated.
And you can see,
Evil fondue.
since you didn't ask for anything in particular, everyone else, including you, just gets water.
Kipling just. Oh! Just.
Well, bon appetit.
That was
And
fun.
as you go ahead and dig in, Mustang, because I think the only ones that are eating that we know of right now, because we don't know if Duradon's getting anything. One ones that are confirmed eating are Mustang and Mammoth, right? Kibble, you're not touching anything?
I don't think so. She's not had good
Cool,
luck
cool, cool.
with that.
Okay. Both of you two go ahead and make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, 1.
You are also looking to beat DC 12. Which I don't know if you guys can actually fail.
You should listen to Cyrus.
Pretty close. Dirt 20 for Mammoth, nice.
My
For Mustang.
I'm lagging hard. Hold on, it's figuring itself out.
You're a minute there, boy. Well, in the meantime, we can do Jared's interaction. Jared! You saw a bunch of people ordered a bunch of things, and Finn looked up at you and went, "Hey there, so all your friends ordered a bunch of stuff and food and lovely things. What would you like to eat or drink, Mr. Mountain Man?"
Water and what type of meat have?
Me? Oh, well, you are so far away from me in terms of height, it sounds like you're in another room.
Ah, gang.
There you go. Wow, thanks for leaning
yeah.
down. I gotta do it in character every time. Well, it's more of a question of what would you like to try? Because we have standards, obviously, that we could offer you. But if you haven't tried a specific meat, I can conjure it for you. It will just take a moment and be slightly more expensive.
Wait, hold on. Conjure.
Mammoth got
Is this
a
like-
bunch of fondue.
It's
Oh yeah, you can
fake-
see Mammoth got 2 pancakes, a bunch of fruit, making a smiley face. Mustang got a bowl of molten chocolate and an assorted bowl of fruits right next to that as well. Cyrus just got cured meat and ale. You can see just a various different, like almost charcuterie board layout of meat. And Kibley didn't get anything, so you got a little bit of assortment so far.
This is
He goes,
like
yeah, conjured.
Fey food? So we talking about that type of conjured?
Oh, there could be some confusion. When I say conjured, I mean we will conjure the wares from another seller. Like if we don't have it
gotcha.
here. So like, if you haven't had a very rare meat, like let's just say flumph, because who would eat a flumph? That would be weird.
So weird.
I could reach out to a number of my friends and have them whoop-de-doo over a little bit of a cut, and then just pay them a small fee for the teleportation, and then obviously you pay me a little bit more because we had it teleport over for you. Or I can physically make food. I do have the ability to magically create food, yes, and water.
I'll do like a tomahawk steak and water.
Tomahawk steak and water. It will be out before you can say. And then they just disappear.
Oh, yeah.
6 seconds later, full tomahawk steak. That's massive. It like everyone else's plates proportionally are the same size. Durdon's is about twice the size, and the steak takes up about a half of it. And without asking, you can see there is like rice and a little bit of actually I think there's a green substance on that plate that you have not seen before. It looks to be a rather like long, stringy type plant, but I actually don't think Durdon's seen it. Majority of you probably haven't either.
Yeah, he's gonna push that off to the side. We're gonna try new things out here. It's not safe food.
I'll try it.
As you go ahead, try one.
Yeah.
It's a green bean.
Classic.
You actually have had these before. There are ones that you have grown yourself. However, they're not commonly grown on dwellers, as not a high demand of them, and they're pretty hard to grow. So, the a familiar taste. But as you dig in, Duradon, go ahead and make me a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw.
I don't like that.
Did not eat his veggies while growing up, true.
No, it's not that I didn't eat veggies growing up. If I've never seen a thing, I'm not gonna eat it. Especially when his first question was, "Is this fake?"
Sure.
This is
Convenient answer.
There's a thing for this that I have. Okay, cool. Wisdom saves. I have advantage on those.
And yes, we got a failure. Wonderful. So, for, I believe, Mammoth and Mustang, both of you passed, right?
Mm.
So both of you receive 2 temporary hit points as you dig into your meal that you can go ahead and stack on top. These do not expire upon your long rest. They just expire when they are eventually taken off, whether by damage or the addition of additional temporary hit points. Duradon, as you begin to dig in to this tomahawk, you find this. Like, this doesn't look like the most like expensive meal you've ever gotten. This doesn't look like the most delicious, or at least the most like visually appealing meal before. But as soon as you get to bite in, there's a little like, you've heard the expression "made with love," or like a secret ingredient displayed in just about every single restaurant, bakery, everywhere that you've been on Paradise Peak. It's how businesses sell. It's their little secret to like making their bread better than others, making their wine more exotic, whatever it might be. You think this meal could potentially have been conjured by love itself. And the taste is so divine and drives you to enjoy it so much that
You love us all now.
He's gotta
you gain
order another.
11 temporary hit points. And you are, for the next hour, slightly more. It's not too much of. It's not going to affect you too much of roleplay, I will say beforehand. But you are slightly more impressionable to those who will offer you more of this.
More love. Or more food.
More food made with love, but more love it could also be argued. It's the more food that you consume, the more impressionable you are to Finn.
The one asshole who doesn't need hit points.
Yeah,
Gets the
11
most.
big ones.
yeah. The
What do you
one
mean? What
person
do you
who
mean?
really don't care.
I've died so many times. I need all the hit points.
Hey, but that's true. Your 11 hit points also don't expire on the long rest. They will last until they are taken off or added on. So keep that in mind.
Right. Okay.
But after a few moments, as you guys are digging in, you do hear a little poof, and Finn does appear again. And goes, "Wonderful. So how are you all enjoying your food and drinks? Everything good? Everything up to code? Enjoying? Not enjoying? Need some more? Need some less?"
It's good.
Like another tomahawk steak.
Yeah, no, this
Oh,
is-
another one. Okay. I will warn you, normally we don't tell our customers prices ahead of time because we try and keep everything on the same range for prices. And she kind of puts like her hand, like she's whispering to something, but says it in the same tone and level of voice. She goes, we try and keep ourselves to be a little bit of a we're not cheap, but we also provide you guys a wonderful experience that's not going to make you go broke after a night. Standard meal and request that isn't outside of the realm of doable. It's just going to be a standard silver piece. Anything past that, like the tomahawk, especially too, it's going to lean more towards a gold if you're okay with paying that. I don't want to pressure you. I know it's big money to put down just for food.
I look over to Cyrus with pleading eyes. And, bro.
Does he know the
Yeah,
money?
because if you remember, I
Yeah.
was evaporated and killed
Oh.
several times, so I don't have money.
Go ahead, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Yay!
Oh, did we not? I thought we got some back of something.
Mustang has all his money.
Mustang has all his money. Some of you guys, I forget the amounts, but some of you did get to hold on to your money. I believe we did roll to see who kept money out. Oh wait, no, it was just those who kept money outside of their tokens. Yeah, so it is just Mustang.
It's
Just
Mustang.
must awesome.
So
The bag
all
of
of you,
pain.
well, it is just Mustang and Cyrus. Cyrus has her bag of holding that she doesn't keep as a token, and she was never arrested. So all of you guys, in your various states, are just now realizing that you have no money to your names after you've ordered food. I guess which is just Mammoth and Dirdon, but Mustang, you have money, and Cyrus has money, and she looks at you, Dirdon, for 14, and goes, I will cover this. And she puts 5 gold on the table. And you see Finn goes, okay, say less. Anything that this big man wants, he will get for the rest of the evening. She scoops up the 5 pieces, which is like visibly weighing her hands down as she does. And they vanish into thin air. She goes, wonderful. Well, now that you have started your meals and are a good way through, do you guys need any information? 'Cause I don't believe I've seen you around. It's a big city, but I like to get to know people. If you're visiting, do you need any tips on who to talk to, where to go, how to get into the academy, anything like that?
If I don't want to be broke anymore, is there like a good place to I don't know fight
make money?
people? Yeah,
Oh, to fight people. Oh,
make money. Fight people to make money. I'm not like I don't just want to fight people.
like separate or fight people for money? Because there's
Fight for money. Yes.
fight people for money. Okay. Are you? She kind of looks at you a little bit. She goes, "Are you? I'm gonna say this with all due respect because you're a very high-paying customer, and I like to have those around here, and I appreciate you deeply. Do you have an ounce of magic in you?"
He looks at himself.
Are there any
I
fights past
Talk
midnight?
to animals.
Is there any what past midnight?
Any fights past midnight?
Oh, of course. Legal fights? Not as much.
Oh,
But there's all different sort. Well, I say legal. I mean in terms of city endorsed fights. There are certain more divesy places of which I will not confirm nor deny of whether they follow every code and law given by our city's architect Arcane and the council of which who he responds to. But you can absolutely find some coins some places that are literally underground and do fighting. It's just there's a lot of mages here, and I feel like I would be doing you an injustice if I said there was places for you to fight and didn't warn you that you'd be at a severe disadvantage.
I think we'll be fine.
yeah, I think Durdon will be fine. He's died plenty of times.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad that you got better. Um,
Thank you. You're so nice.
Thank you. You're so nice. And you see Cyrus is just giving her the most death stare, like not even trying to hide the glare, just slowly shaking her head towards Duradon. Okay.
This is, I feel like Cyrus would leave for a tip. His name isn't Sweetheart. As like the tip, like, his $0. Yeah.
Sleep well, bitch. on the on the receipt. Yeah, you see, Finn goes, okay. What kind? Well, there are. It's just also like, there are various different guilds that post jobs, depending on requests. A lot of them do appreciate freelancer work because uh, there's a lot of, you know, a lot of people want very specific things in the city. People often come here for sanctuary and for a place to learn and grow. And once they get here and get comfortable, they're kind of scared to leave. So a lot of it is like retrieval quests, or sometimes they'll ask you to like slay a specific beast to bring back their parts and organs, or hide for the creation of like an item or potion. Um, there is quite a few apprenticeships open, if you're interested in that. If you want to try and study the art of brewing, enchanting, or anything of that sort. It doesn't really pay too well, but it can lead to a very high-paying job down the road. Don't know how long you plan staying here. But if you're looking for like short-term gold, I would honestly stop by the academy. It's not necessarily a guild, but some of the staff, some of the upper echelon, um, they do often hire kind of adventurer freelancer types to help train the students, for kind of like crash course. What's the word that I'm looking for? When you're trying to like prepare someone for a real thing by doing like not training, but a practice scenario. There we go.
Oh, like we'd be the practice dummies?
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to do that because you are blasted with spells and really hurtful, magical effects. But
Are you
if
allowed
you're
to
willing to
fight
put up
back?
front, or oh yeah, the whole point is to try and prepare them for like raiders or swarming hordes of like savage people and or beasts. They really like druids because if you can wild shape into a monster or polymorph yourself into one, that kind of makes it more real.
Will they pay more for one of those?
Probably. You a druid?
Oh,
Nice.
your beautiful mind, Mammoth.
Hell yeah. She holds
You
out a little fairy.
are-
Oh.
Do you think there's any underground like races that I could do?
Racing.
Have to be underground.
Underground? No. Okay. When you say underground, do you mean like physically underground or just not?
I don't know. You were talking about the underground fights, and so I figured maybe
Right.
the races would also be underground.
Something
I think
we
I
wouldn't
prefaced
get in
this.
trouble for.
Yeah, there's like literal underground fighting rings. A lot of them are underground because we have a lot of very delicate infrastructure here. A lot of mages set a lot of traps on their towers just in case there are break-ins or anything like that. It's not very common, but there's a lot of very careful people here. So if you do try and like start a fight in the street, be careful about that. But like I was talking physically underground because there's a lot of establishments that house either beasts or monsters that are like fighting rings. And they physically can't be kept above ground because they are so dangerous that it would be a liability to the city.
What kind of beasts and monsters?
Oh, well, you can imagine the City of Magic has had a number of historical events for either wizards who've gone a little bit above their pay grade in summoning demons or monsters or creating them. And whenever they are, whenever they're weak enough to contain and not outright destroy, they often choose to contain them to study them so they know how to defeat similar creatures in the future. And in this case, maybe capture them if they have purposes that they can be used for, or things like that. And any ones they don't have purposes for get kind of shipped off to fighting pits.
I look at Kipling and just mouth no.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it must have
But-
been dead.
I will say, because I don't know what type of you guys look. Some of you guys look pretty tough. They are. There's levels to it. Like you can go in. I can recommend you a few places that like if you want to make a little coin, you can make a little coin. But if you're broke and you're strong, I do have some places in mind.
What if you're broken, really old?
A week.
Broken
really
really
fast.
old. I would suggest a retirement home. Oh, really fast. I don't think there's any races. Let me see. She kind of stares outward for a bit. 20 plus 4. That one. She goes, I think the only races that I can think of. It's the chicken races. I forget what they're called, but they race with like chickens, like fire chickens, and they run around a track and people bet on them, but that's about it.
Okay, well, I can figure it out for myself. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. But if you do want the location of the ye old fighting arena, my memory, it takes some time to jog and, a lot of effort and calories burned using all the big noggin that I have, and just taps on her forehead. It could be greased up, though, with a little shiny. Looks towards Mustang,
broke.
looks towards Cyrus.
Sure.
Do you put any gold on the table?
Mm,
And or silver, up to you.
he will very dramatically press one piece of gold on the table and slide it over to her.
My memory's starting to get a little better, but still a little hazy.
I'll slide over the rest of my pancake.
You see she smiles. Oh, thanks, hon, but that's for you to enjoy, not me.
Now, how could you say no to a boy like that? Cruel
Yeah.
mistress you are, Finn. And he'll put another coin on the
Well-
table and slide it over.
I never said that I wasn't a ruthless businesswoman. And she scoops up the other coin. That ruthlessness can very easily be turned into mercy and love. You are going to be looking for the bronze brazier. You may simply visit them at. They're going to be open at night. The bronze brazier is one of those fighting arenas that it is technically sanctioned and supported by the council, but also has some of their own spin-off fights that aren't necessarily relegated and or made known to certain individuals. And those would be very high-paying fights because you would be fighting very high danger rating creatures.
And that's which way?
Oh, I can point out where the it's not on the academy's doorstep, and she go ahead and gives you the directions to it. It's essentially from where you are, literally about maybe 12, 13 blocks down. So not too far away.
And the academy's just nearby that.
Yeah, conveniently, a lot of testing and or creating that would go wrong would kind of just get shipped over to the bronze brazier, because it's good to have a cell next to a place that could potentially summon bad things.
Yeah, we were directed to the academy has like a big old library and such open to the public that we
Oh
could.
yeah.
That's really cool. Hey, the lanterns in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
Lamplighter?
yeah, who makes those?
Oh, got you. Those would be the architects.
The architects. I was. We were talking about that and how cool they were. How would we be able to talk to them?
Um, I mean, I guess if you kept asking around with the right people, maybe. They don't often take like visitors because they are kind of like upper echelon mages who are very busy.
I see.
But I mean, I guess if you had like, if you gave them incentive to meet, then yeah. Um, but why? Why would you? You can ask a lot of mages around the city, and they'll be able to tell you what they do.
It's not so much that. It's more how they even came up with them, how they work, what was the purpose, what made you really want to instill them in the first place, how long do they last, are there certain rules to how they work, like do they just one like fill up and just a certain area, or do they all like kind of create this big old network like a honeymoon, or how does it work? That's kind of
Well, yeah,
really want
you
to get
can
into the
you can always
details.
ask the researchers at the academy. I'm sure they'll have just about every answer. I don't understand all of the arcana that goes into it. I'm more of a stick to the streets rather than look up above them kind of gal. But um,
Cool.
yeah, if you
Okay.
if you have some coin, I'm sure they'll be able to assist you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Do you have rooms? Or can people
Yes, we
just like
do.
sleep in the streets and that's all right?
Oh, I mean, it's not really that safe or cleanly to do so.
Really?
We do have rooms above here. Yeah, if you'd like to buy out a few. How many were you thinking?
How much are they?
It's a silver per night for standard. I do have two luxury rooms. One is a suite, and the other is suites.
Mustang has a look
I
on his
bet
face.
Duradon and Cyrus want the big one.
Ah, that's the look.
Cyrus does not look towards you and or address you. You see, she kind of looks around the group at the one is a suite and the other is suites, and she kind of looks around to see if anyone got it. She goes, it's a little candy joke. They're both sweets.
Oh.
One's sweet, one's sweeter.
Everybody laughs so hard.
You
Oh
know,
my goodness gracious.
I'm paid to run a tavern, not make jokes. That's on me. But how many rooms can I get for you? I do have 5 standard available, and they're both of the suites are available as well. Suites are a gold per night, and standard is a silver.
I don't have any money, so I'm fine
Yeah, I
just
don't
roaming
either.
about.
Wow,
Yeah.
so like, is this like you guys are hired by the? And she kind of looks towards Mustang.
It's a really long story, but I'll pay for all the rooms. Do you guys want your own rooms, or are you?
I can
Some of
share.
you guys like to cuddle.
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's call it 3 rooms then. Standard.
It is. Sure thing. 3 standard. That's 3 silver.
Similarly to before, slides it across the table.
Why? Thank you. Scoops them all up. Anything else I can do for you?
What's
I am wondering, there are a lot of magic shops, I imagine, in the city, but do you have one that's your favorite and preferably reasonably priced as a of our poor persuasion?
I don't often buy magical items, nor is it good for business to recommend just one brand, as then you'd be selling out a number of them. What I will say though is, if you're looking for cheap, um, who?
I'm not necessarily cheap, but I'm just, I'm not trying to get my balls busted while I'm shopping.
No, I gotcha. Let me just run the old brain. Oh boy. I don't know if you're gonna have much luck in terms of cheaper magical items. If you're looking for custom made, definitely not. But if you're looking for like standard, like uncommon equipment,
Maybe
there is
rare.
there's quite a few. Oh, you're looking for rare and you don't have money?
Well, I mean,
That's
we're
not good.
intending to get money is the plan, but I'm planning ahead.
Right. I mean, I guess that's true. Find out where beforehand, go to Brown Brazier, make some money kind of deal. Well, I can only really think of one place. Parsifal's Palace. It's a small joint. Ooh, you didn't like that one.
Name rings a bell.
Got something wrong with the name Parsifal?
No, it's fine.
Got something wrong with palaces?
Yes.
I do. They're big and they put me out of business. Um, it's a little shindiggy place. You're not really gonna find the top of the line items. You may find like the one import that he hasn't been able to sell and he'll list you as exotic, but I mean, he's not gonna completely rip you off, but he also is not gonna have like top of the line, you know?
What about a place to go for the rare items? Step up for the future.
You'd probably be best looking around if you got something specific in mind. You'll find rare items in the palace. It's just, he's not gonna have like very rare or above or any of that. He might just have like one or two rares laying around.
Okay, I appreciate the information.
Of course, for my lovely paying customers who have treated me so well, I love to treat them as well as in return. Well, if you don't have anything else, I do have other customers to attend to, and I am a one-woman show, so my show must go on.
Bye
Pleasure as
then.
always. And then just pooh, vanishes.
She's a real shyster, that girl.
Yeah, I like her.
I like her too. She's got
I don't really get her,
moxie.
but
Okay, well, I figure we probably spend time finishing the meals and then
Shrouded, make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Steak number 2.
DC 12 for the second stage.
a second fucking tomahawk.
This man eats 2 tomahawks in one sitting. 19. Okay, you're good. The feeling doesn't fade, and there's no like I've been tricked into liking this more kind of feeling. It's just after you finish the second tomahawk, you don't know whether it's the fact that you're extremely full or the fact that you've just been eating for a long period of time. that intensity of love feels satisfied and settles down to the point where you don't feel like you need to keep making Finn happy so she can keep giving you more food.
Gotcha. He is gonna finish the second. He's like, damn, I haven't eaten like that since I put like a trio of brothers away. That was real good. Thank you, Cyrus.
Uh-huh.
That's such a weird way of saying that.
Saying what?
Like that your food was so good. The last time you remember eating something so good was when you killed 3 brothers?
Or did you eat the 3 brothers?
Oh my
No,
god, you
I
eat
did-
them?
No, you all
Pardon.
do realize before you wrote me into your fuckery, I was a somewhat successful and known bounty hunter. That was like my whole thing. I hunted people and criminals, and
I just want to
You
point out
ate
that you
them?
found us.
yeah, not. It's I technically discovered you all first, but wouldn't have gone. I was voluntold, uh, but yeah, I was. That used to be my whole shtick. Like most of my money came from finding people, um, giving them the option to come like nicely, or the better option, which was to fight about it. And sometimes they would be unconscious, and other times they would just be dead. Um, so yeah, that's most of my best paydays and eating came after like some criminal families were put away, or interesting individuals were dealt with.
Hmm.
But no eating them.
No, I'm not a
Is that
cannibalist.
taboo?
Was I not? Cannibalism?
Yeah, can you eat people? Is that allowed? I've never seen anyone eat anyone else, but I haven't really thought about it because I haven't needed to eat.
Survival. I am proficient in survival. Survival wise, you can pretty much eat anything off a person, except for maybe their brain. That's when it gets a bit tricky, and you should never eat another humanoid's brain, just like generally.
Why?
It is.
Does it taste disgusting?
uh no, it tends to come with really adverse effects if you eat brains.
What?
Yeah, like
effects?
shaking until you die.
What?
Hmm.
I guess they're extra slimy, but besides that.
You all don't have you've never heard of think of a fucking creature other than a fucking cow. Uh, what would be DM? What is a creature in our old world that was overproduced and kind of like a main source of food, kind of like how beef or chicken are? Like what would be the creature that's like massively farmed and cramped and put in shitty conditions to be like livestock to feed people?
Um, primarily, there was livestock. There was cows kept on
Jeez.
Paradise Peak, but it was like cows and goats, mainly just for like the multi-purpose for meat and other like dairy products and commodities.
Gotcha. You all have never heard of bad cow's disease?
Mad cows?
Oh yeah, it's terrible to watch. I've watched many bulls and heifers.
How mad do they get?
No,
Fucking pissed.
it's a well, yes, but it's like a disease. It like they A cheaper solution to feed animals was to, or feed cows, was to grind up aspects of cows and kind of like trick them into cannibalism they didn't know that they were partaking in, um, which then led to them consuming and the protein that was kind of released kind of began storing in the brain, and it got really weird. Um, like survival wise, you're just not supposed to eat the brain. It's I'm pretty sure there's like more smart people like reasoning behind it, but we've just generally been told like if you can stay away from eating the brain, don't eat the brain of like a humanoid. Other animal brains
Weird
kind of
too
get
in general.
weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Let's
Good
not
thing
eat
Reese
brains
isn't
while
here
we're
to hear
here.
this.
Yeah, maybe just don't eat people with their brains. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. But to answer your question, no, I haven't knowingly ate another person.
Go ahead and make me make me a. Ah, God, no, you don't get a check for this. You're openly saying this. Your passive perception's high enough, Durdon, that you notice other people are noticing your conversation and are just giving you an assorted number of looks. Where it's not like the entire tavern stops what they're doing and looks at you, but like there's a few characters that are looking at you a little bit more intently and purposefully now.
You said he wasn't eating brains. It's
Or
okay.
people. Or people. I don't eat.
Well, I mean, who
If-
knows
and
where
never
this
had
tomahawk
shorties.
came from?
Who knows where the what came what?
Who knows where those tomahawks came from?
I would hopefully assume from a cow that did not suffer from mad cow's disease.
One can only hope.
Starting to feel a little mad, angry, a little upset.
Yeah, you're
Mad.
acting really weird right now.
You need to calm down, Durdon.
Yeah. You're really coming off in hard vibes.
Yeah, the entire room's noticing it.
Everybody's looking.
Hey, guys, after discovering that I've been gaslit to the history of my people, I don't necessarily think that this is as detrimental. The old me though would have definitely taken the bait.
Well, fun cow facts aside, I feel I must ask because it is crucial to your. Maybe we should ask this. Maybe we should move up to the rooms. Do I move up to the rooms?
That's a swell idea.
Let's go up there
Mhm.
before we say anything we shouldn't say here. And on her way over, you do see Zyrus stops by the bar very briefly. And Finn kind of brightens up and goes, "Oh, what can I do for?" "Oh, sure thing. Enjoy." And she waddles back with 4 keys in her hand as she passes out the 3 rooms to you guys and goes, "I figured it would probably be best to just talk about this in the suite so we don't have to split up." And you guys make your. The room's not that big. You can fit about 3 people in them at max. That's it. Not comfortably.
No,
but-
we all know.
And makes her way up to it. It's kind of like the old. Oh God, I was about to make a reference that no one would get because I'm the only one here from the East Coast, I believe.
The fuck is Georgia?
It-
Oh,
well, you're not from New England, all right?
Oh,
Calm down.
okay.
Calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
You're on the East Coast, but you're not that east.
Oh, look at this boy. He's from the colony. Ooh.
Wait a minute.
I was about
Wait a
to make
minute.
colonialism. No,
I
there's a
see.
lot of bars in Boston that have the same layout, and I was gonna reference it, but I realized no one would get it, so we're moving on. You go up a staircase. It's rickety. It's steep. It's uncomfortable. But as you reach the top, you do see the suite. It's just a larger room. It's nothing like incredibly fancy. There is a lounge chair. There's a master bed that does have heart pillows on it. Yes. There is a mirror above the bed, not on the actual ceiling, but on the wall, not on the ceiling.
Oh.
Still for me the same purposes. And there is like a nice bathroom. All the other rooms are common, don't have their own bathrooms. They have one communal one. This one has its own little shitter. But it is also big enough for all of you to fit inside. So as you kind of cram in, Zyrus closes his door, and as you all make yourselves comfortable, you see she goes, "Okay, I figured it was worth bringing up because this is, I understand we're on time limit, but this could be a good place to hit multiple things at once. Do we want to immediately go to Mr. Torin Celia and find out if he can make the item, or do we want to try and get some information first, some coin first? Kind of do
I
a
wanna
little bit more.
I wanna try my hand at making some money.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not.
making some money sounds great, but what if making this item is going to take a long time? What if it's going to take a few days or a few weeks? Probably get that done first.
I
Well,
mean,
I was gonna
true.
say it wouldn't be a bad idea to check in with him to see if he does have like parts of the item he needs us to make or procure, so we can get money while doing that. Just two birds, one stone.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
but I don't know a single mage that's willing to create anything for anyone without a little coin.
But wasn't Uldren backing us on this one?
If
Cyrus
that
does
includes,
pull out a chest uh, from the
right.
bag of holding and places it on the bed. He said this would cover it, but I'm skeptical. This seems a little low for what we're making, but he said he agreed.
It's a foot in the door at least.
Yeah. Do you want to try and find him and talk with him in the morning?
I think we oughta.
Sure.
What
Oh
do
yeah,
you all think?
I think we should. I think that'd be good.
Alright. Are we leaning more towards like making money fighting, or I'm just worried about making too big of a reputation or name and drawing attention. Should we
I
do
wanna trick
just
people into racing me. I think
okay?
it'd be pretty fun.
I think.
Just remember, bud. You're in a city full of magic people. Some of them are probably just as fast, if not faster, than you. But I like your thinking.
We'll see about
Um,
that.
Underground fighting could be beneficial, doing the fights that no one publicly wants to say exist could be good.
Now, she said a lot of words, and I didn't quite catch whether or not she said underground was synonymous with illegal. Was that the case, or were they just kind of hush hush about it?
I think it was
Could
both.
be both. Yeah.
she said it was both.
Hmm.
What there is like physically underground arenas, but also underground fights inside of those arenas, to my understanding.
Can't say I
That are
love
illegal.
us walking the criminal path again. That really didn't work out so great for us last time.
I agree with
Well, to
that.
to be fair, trying to do it the normal way also led to not good things either.
That's true, but different times. Maybe it'll work out differently now. I just can't say that if our objective is to try and do things differently, that I don't know.
I mean,
Just
we do
feels
it the.
silly that we've been handed a clean slate and we throw it all away.
That's fair. That's fair. But you did mention that, like, if we do things the clean way and we're good at what we do because we want to be good at what we do in order to make money, that potentially makes a name for us in the public venue, and people start to wonder how and where this random group of individuals suddenly appeared from with prowess and knowledge and capabilities they've never seen before. Um,
Well, we don't really know what they have or haven't seen. That's not my worry. It's just I don't want to say yes to everything and then do everything, and then one thing leads to another. They're trying to elect Mammoth leader or something.
I wanna be the leader of
Yeah,
something.
what's wrong with that?
That sounds fun to me.
Oh,
it's not our time.
like the whole we're supposed to return to the present, fix me and all of you problem.
Well,
Maybe in the future, bud.
well, who's to say that
Yeah, maybe.
doesn't fix everything?
It could change things, fix them. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Only Ultron does, and he doesn't share all those details with everybody, so we're all flying in the dark, and I don't like doing that. I like to see where I'm landing.
Oh. Welcome
I,
to
I,
humanity.
right. No, not what I meant. this is Zyra speaking. I was gonna say, if I'm doing all this to fix myself, and then I end up in an even more fuck situation or equally fuck situation because of this, that's, you see what I mean.
No, I feel
If
like
we kill,
that's all we've done thus far is get fucked.
in some ways, yes.
Yeah, from
But
the front and the back, and we didn't even like it.
okay, all right,
I mean,
get them out
Duodon
now.
kind of liked it, but
Can't. Okay. I'm not gonna reason with you. We'll go talk to Torin in the morning, and we can decide where to go from there.
Wait.
All right. Good meeting. Good break. Good
No, no,
break.
no, no, no. We're not breaking the meeting yet. Did we decide that we're going to use some fake names? And if we are, I feel like we should decide what they are before we leave this room, so we all know.
oh,
Oh, how to address each other? Yes.
Yes.
That's actually smart.
Duradon, what are we calling you?
Pap Sugar.
John.
Duradon. I just like I don't again. Duradon, honestly, I don't think is that strange of a name considering that my father's name was Dur.
I feel like you have a bit.
You could change it a little bit, like maybe Doro.
Doro.
What if we just called you Dawn?
But
No,
like
that's
the-
stupid.
Okay,
What about-
Yeah,
all
you're
right.
What about George?
Dodo.
But here's the
Alright.
thing:
That holds
So-
meeting to Kipling.
we have a clean. All right, we have. Okay, so
Oh
is
my
this
god,
name
what if you're
going to-
George?
Oh no.
No.
I'm not. So is this name specifically only? When would we be using this different name?
I feel like if we're gonna make up fake names, it has to be something we stick to while we are here the entire time.
I agree.
We cannot just use it with one person, otherwise it will fuck up everything.
We just had the conversation about having a clean slate and not having to do like terrible things. I
Oh my
don't
goodness.
think I don't think, and hey, I could be wrong, just a person that's terrible at lying to people. I don't think getting caught in a lie of introduction would fare well for any further conversation that we have with anybody. If you're willing to lie about your name, then you really may not have intentions of telling the truth at anything else, which I don't think would help with the whole let's do things the right way.
I agree. Had Uldren not specifically guided us to pick new names for the sake of preserve, or maybe you weren't in touch for that. I remember that you had your jaw slacked and there was a little bit of drool coming out of your mouth, and I stuck my finger in there just because I got a little curious.
Yeah. Aldrin
Deal.
did
But
warn
yeah, because
us.
I thought Aldrin's whole thing was like, don't talk about the past and don't talk about where you've come from. And
That is exactly what he said.
yeah. I don't remember him saying that we had to use different aliases. I think he told us to stick away from telling specific truths, but not necessarily to just like outwardly create entire personas.
Why do I seem to recall him telling us to do exactly that? Not necessarily personas, but picking new names. I remember us talking about it quite a few times. Zyrus, I mean, you seem pretty eager with the whole name thing. Am I remembering this wrong?
No, you're right. He did say that if we're gonna be operating here for a while, that it wouldn't hurt to have fake names or to give fake names. I think it's not a big deal. Just think of something and then stick with it so we can all call each other one thing.
Yeah, maybe they got baby name books in that big library if you're not feeling very creative.
Yeah, I'll search for a name and think on it.
Or maybe ask Kipley. She's like a little name dispenser.
Yeah.
What do you think would fit him, Kipley?
Paps Sugar.
Pap
I
sugar.
could also just be mute. I could just be a mute
Pap
and
Sugar.
have undergone psychological.
She points to me, Ahmed. Nutsy bits and
Nazi bits.
picking
Nazi
slim.
beans.
Nazi.
Okay, we're not gonna call anyone Nazi. No. How about regular names that sound standard so that if it is interpreted, it can be confused with somebody else?
Right. Okay. Mustang could be John. Kipley could be George. Duradon could be Paul, and I could be Ringo.
No. For copyright purposes,
George?
no. Um, you know what? How about this? Spend the night thinking about it. Meet back in the morning with names to call just yourselves, and then we all say what we are going to be called.
I like this plan.
Okay.
Just as
I'm
long as we're all
tired.
in agreement before we leave. We gotta have our story straight.
Let's break.
Let's.
Meet in the morning. We try and find Celia. Give him the gold. Hopefully makes the item or can start making the item, and then we go find jobs and information and all that good shit. Huzzah!
Brilliant. Meeting adjourned. He's gonna turn on his heels and walk out.
All right, you all make your way to your separate rooms. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before you begin your long rest?
Mm.
Go once. Going twice. Sold to the George in the corner. Okay, so all of you can. Your temporary hit points don't disappear. You guys didn't use anything, so you're just waking up with everything back as normal. A long rest completed. You guys went to bed rather early, like you went to bed around like 9:30, 10. So you're still waking up at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we'll call it 6:30. Um, and as you all awake and gather back in the suite, um, you can see Zyrus is already up and dressed. It looks like she's been up for a while. As she's set a little table up with cups with various different like there's just all water in them. You see hers has tea in it, and there's tea bags available. Um, as you all walk in, she goes, "All right, wonderful. So before we leave to go find the architect or Mr. Salier, what would you all like to be called? Going in no random order. You points at Mustang.
Santiago.
Santiago. That's a good one. Okay.
Thank you.
You points at Kipley.
Oh no.
Oh no, is not a name.
Oh, there's no way I beat you at the name game. Come on, you got one.
Calamy.
Calamy. I'm not gonna ask you how to spell that. Child.
I am.
Ranch.
Ranch.
I love that.
Oh no, that's not.
Do we
a
need
good
a last name?
Yeah, you need a last name at least. What's Ranch's last name?
Dressica.
No. No.
Okay, what about Caesar?
I like Caesar. Caesar's good. Caesar's good.
Do I still need a last name?
No.
Are you sure?
We'll just stick with Caesar. I don't think we need anything else. You points a dirt on.
Ah. Hey,
I need to write these
all I
down.
got for you is like Shala, and that's all I got for you, man.
Oh,
I don't know
Shala?
what.
Come on, man.
It's listen. I for the it's still true to me. It's still a thing that I use. I have
How
never
about
used
okay?
that specific
Okay.
phrasing.
How about like laws or something? Keep the
Lars?
or Shala. I don't know. Shala sounds too much like a. You don't look like a Shala, man. I'm sorry. I'm a level with you.
Oh no.
He could be my brother Italian.
No, we're not gonna call him Italian. Could be offensive to some people.
What did Mustang
just-
choose?
Santiago.
Santiago.
I just need you all to understand that if there's something else that you are requiring me to pick for a name, if I
How about
if under
Shura?
scrutiny, Shura?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or
I
or
don't
or or Rura something. You
know.
gotta take a part
It's
of your name, take something else.
like I said, I'm probably just going to be the mute. I can telepathically communicate with you all when
Oh,
I need
wait,
to.
I got it. Bell.
Bell? Sure. I will. I will. I
Ashala,
will be Bell. I will. I
Bell,
will take Bell.
Bell.
Yeah. No, it's a
Alright,
good name. These are great ideas. I'm not scrutinizing the names. It's I. Yes, I will be Bell.
perfect.
Bell. And Zyrus?
You call me Sirs.
Sirs?
Yep.
Like, like, hello, sir?
Well, Sirs is in like, as a name, not
Multiple
as a title.
sirs?
Go ahead
That
and
was
make me,
EIRY.
everyone make me raw intelligence checks. You're looking for a DC 10 on any of these.
That's a big
19.
ass.
Cool.
Oh,
5 fail.
14.
That makes sense that Mammoth fails. If everyone else gets it, Mammoth fails, this is my perfect future. 9. Oh, close. What'd you get, Mustang?
14.
14? Cool, 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 cool. Mammoth, not Mammoth, excuse me. Mustang and Kipley. It eludes both Duradon and Mammoth, but you both think for a second, Sirs, how would you spell Sirs? And then you think of
Oh,
Cyrus backwards. It is Cyrus backwards. That's it.
Boring.
Mustang kind of narrows his eyes at her and his lips curl into a very tight-lipped, smug smile.
With a 19, Kipley, you think Cyrus probably woke up early because elves don't need to sleep and thought about a name that entire time and didn't come up with one either. So just last minute Sirs.
I thought
Okay, cool.
Joyride would have been best for you.
Nope. Sirs is fine.
Fine.
So we got Santiago, Calamis, Caesar, Bell, and Sirs.
I did have a lot of anxiety about the whole naming thing. And I'm kind of like I don't have a lot of like magic, but we are in a place of high magic. So to all of my casters, what's the workaround for like if we get scrutinized under like zone of truth or something? What's the
Don't speak.
workaround for?
Don't
Okay.
don't answer or like just
You always divert.
yeah, as you say, if they ask for something specifically and you just if you're going to answer, don't make it too well worded because if they're smart enough, they're just gonna catch you on it.
Well, that's the thing. You just don't answer. You always just respond with
Yeah.
another question.
Exactly. Zone truth doesn't stop you from answering a question with a question.
Dang.
Okay.
All right. That's definitely gonna mask at some
I
point.
do think, since we are talking about this, I think Kipley, Mustang are primary talkers for this, yes?
Please.
Also, what helps is if you just keep talking. It can be senseless stuff that sounds
Okay.
like it all should string together, but eventually someone just gets annoyed enough and they just want you to stop talking.
Maybe we shouldn't annoy the person who we're trying to ask, and they're very important and powerful.
Just
Maybe we
saying,
don't
if
do
you're
that.
under like a zone of truth or something like that.
Right, cool. Keep that in mind for future. Ideally, we don't do that. Don't want to fuck with a mage. First day in the city. Second day in the city.
To each their own.
Okay. So we're asking him to create this item. If he asks for specifics, I will be as honest as I can about it, as he does have to make it to help with me. So I will work my way around that. Just pass it over to me. Don't try and make things up. Or if you do, try and segue with me. Say I'm cursed, because that's honestly kind of true. I'm cursed. You're trying to fix me. Normal spells haven't worked. and we would like a very powerful artifact to try and identify the source of the problem so that it can be fixed.
Okay.
All right. How do we find him?
Academy.
What?
The academy.
Oh. For a second, I thought you said Calamie, like the name that you were trying to fake as, and I thought you were doing like a weird, like, monster thing. You just repeated your name.
Find the method.
No,
Yeah, method
the
acting.
academy.
Actually, that is a good spot to ask for, yeah. If
You could
he's
ask Finn too.
related to it, that makes sense that people would know him there.
We could also split up. That might help.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't
Let's
know
stay
about
together. It's a different time and a different place. Let's not do that.
I'm fine with that. I'm just saying if we also need to make money.
that. There will be time for that. Kipley, I care about all of you way too much to let you guys go off into a city, a dangerous, magical city that we don't know.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Okay, will you survive if we all stay together?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, we have. Oh my god, have I died more times with other people than I have alone?
Let's not get too into that before
Sorry,
you
we're
start
sandbagging you pretty hard,
doom
Duradon,
thinking.
aren't we?
I
Think
think
about
every
it.
time I've died so far has been with other people.
Well, I mean,
No. I did get killed alone when I was in the hospital after I'd already died with Kipley. That's one.
let's not focus on the deaths in the past and focus on not dying in the future, right?
Right. I was
Okay.
just checking
She
to
just
see if
gently like pats the side of your face, like let's focus up. Okay. To the academy then.
To the academy!
All right. And all of you make your way downstairs. You see, it is kind of busy for the morning. Everyone's kind of like grabbing a quick breakfast before work. You can see Finn is just like in a constant state of poofing instead of just the occasional as she's going between table and table and table. But she does stop in your path as you get down the stairs and goes, "Morning! Hey, you guys off? Do you need breakfast? Do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? I got like 5 seconds, so make it quick."
No.
Cool, wonderful. Pleasure meeting all of you. I will hopefully see you around sometime. Feel free to swing by for any more information, food, and or wonderful company. Lovely having you. A toodaloo. And then just disappears and reappears like 5 feet, literally right next to you, and starts serving another customer. But with that, you are all off and begin making your way to the academy. Now, if it was any other building, I'd ask for investigation, perception, or a charisma check to try and get there. This one, you don't really need it. You can just see it at almost all times, peeking in the distance. And as you begin to approach, you can see there are academy grounds. This does have a gate properly around the building. And you can see as you are approaching, there are a little bit more formal guards wearing, excuse me, a little bit more formal wear. They're not in armor. They're in more kind of put it like president. I can speak English. Presentry clothing. They're in peasantry clothing now. They're in presentry clothing, kind of very like military-esque uniforms, but for mages. So it's like long flowing robes. You can see the arms kind of cover the hand, like the sleeves cover the hands, so you can't really see if they're holding anything or if their fingers are moving. Probably intended for somatic components. Um, and you can see as you approach, one of these mages kind of puts up a hand, stopping you from it and goes, hi. Quick, before you enter the academy, I just want to get a registry of who's going in and for what purpose so we can get you a guide to bring you where you need to go.
A guide?
What are you
Everyone
stopping
gets a
by for?
guide?
Oh, to make sure that you don't just wander aimlessly around the grounds or go anywhere where you can't and or shouldn't be going into.
Oh,
Yes, you are supervised at all times, just to make sure that the process is as clean and efficient as possible.
wow. Okay. Um,
So, five of you, are you all researching the same topic, visiting the same person, same course lessons?
well,
Yeah. Go for it, Ghibli.
um, I mean, I was kind of wanting to read up on history and things in the surrounding area, but I think we all kind of have different things we kind of want to look into. Sorry, we thought
Okay.
it was more of like a public kind of.
Oh, it very much is. Anyone can come and go as they please. It's just for the safety of our records. We
Oh, I
cannot be having
gotcha.
people just walking in and out of the building. Otherwise, books and tomes and spell scrolls could just go missing, and we would be
Got it.
incredibly negligent to just let dangerous artifacts go missing like that.
Totally understandable.
Yeah, no. If you all have different topics, you can submit them, and we can get five different guides. It may take a few minutes to gather up the manpower for that. But yeah. So all of you are doing separate research
Well,
sessions, or
as a group, we are looking for a Torn Salier if he's around, or if you can point us in that direction.
oh, okay. Um, or do you have a meeting with him prior, or is this just like you're putting in a request to meet with him?
Uh, both.
Okay, so if I gave his assistant a name, he would be able to identify you guys as having set up something prior, right?
Uh,
Probably
well,
not.
Which, by the way, at
maybe
this
not.
point, everyone give me a history check. I will be fair to you guys because it has been a long time. We're gonna call this, we'll call it DC 10, 19, okay? At least one of you get it.
8.
Two 19s for both people who suck at history. Love that. Um, Duradon and Mammoth, you both remember a name was given because a point of contact had to be made outside of Aldrin because Aldrin can't step foot in the city. So he had his a man on the inside, quote unquote, reach out to Torrance Lear and gave him a name for who he was meeting with. Excuse me, for who set up the meeting. Um, he didn't specifically say that he gave Torrent your guys' name because he didn't know who you would want to go as, but it's fake names. But he did give you the name Darius Duvall as the person who Torrent spoke with.
I will
So technically, you do have an audience.
I will communicate telepathically the name to Mustang and Kipley.
Cool, cool, cool.
Darius Duvall. That's the name. And he kind of gives a side eye to Duradon.
Darius Duvall. Okay. If you guys don't mind just sitting tight here for a few minutes, I can go have someone run and get his assistant. Uh, and he can come over just to double check that you guys meet the descriptions of the name, and then if that's all well and good, he can bring you to Mr. Salir's estate.
Fantastic. Thank you for your assistance.
Yeah, of course. All right, one moment. And you see he goes and pulls out he pulls out a speaking stone, a sending stone, and mutters a few words into it, kind of off to the side. And a few minutes go by, and you're just kind of waiting by the gate. You see other people going in and out past you. Some people are going in, and like you can tell they probably made arrangements for like a day ahead of time, as there's already guides waiting for them to pick them up to go inside the building. You see other people are students, or look like they are wearing like studently garb. And as they walk in, there's no guards assigned to them. They just make their way to their specific classrooms and specific areas. Um, and eventually, after about 10 minutes, you see a rather kind of ragged looking man kind of rushing out, wearing studently garb, like a scarf kind of wrapped over it, looking a little bit more like someone has modified the clothing to be a little bit more personalized. Kind of wearing boots, kind of very darker, like browns and blacks. And you can see big rounded glasses with a slight tint to them. Comes running out and just kind of heaving a little bit, not heaving, but like just out of breath, kind of hands on knees, catching up for a second before he goes, "Oh, okay, my goodness gracious, oh my goodness, all right, ref restored. People." And he goes to the guard at the gate and goes, "These are the ones that." And he goes, yeah, no, these guys that said they were looking for Mr. Salier. They said, Darius Duvall sent them, and that I believe you had a description for that. You want to double check?" He goes, "Yes, thank you so much." Kind of pushes past him, and you can see a younger looking, half elven man. A little bit of goatee, and as previously described, like clothes, student esque, but not matching any of the other description of the students that have passed by you so far. You see, he goes, "Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 of you. It looks like the majority do fit the description. You are here to see Mr. Salir about what specifically?"
We're interested in commissioning him
For?
a magical item.
For?
Is there a reason you need to know?
To verify that you are the same people that were told to meet up with Mr. Salir ahead of time. Uh, the item in its fundamentals were described to him just so that he is not meeting with anybody who claims to have information that would get them access to him. What is the function of the item that you requiesced? Excuse me.
Out of game. It was to detect, wasn't it?
It was a identification item.
Yeah.
Identification artifact, excuse me. Uh, you guys were never given the full rundown of what Uldren said, but again, you know what the purpose of the item is supposed to be. It's to try and
Yes.
identify something along the lines of divinity or something. Yeah, you just know it's identifying. I'm not gonna give too much. Something identification
I
wise.
don't remember you went into great detail about it. Just that it was meant to detect pieces of.
Mhm.
Okay, it's supposed to be for detection. Certain kinds of magics.
Eyes narrow for a second before he just breaks out into a big smile. Wonderful. My name is Eden Aldridge Naro. It is a pleasure to meet you. My friends call me Ian. I am Mr. Salir's apprentice. I am in training underneath him to become a pillar myself, but I am not quite there yet. So, all of you follow me. We are going to be kind of skimming around the grounds. He does not live on campus, but he lives right next to the academy in his own tower. So, can talk with me if you have any questions or anything like that. We'll have time. And he begins to spin around on his heel and quickly walk back onto the academy grounds. And you can see the mages on either side of the gate kind of give room and way for you guys to follow. Let me go ahead and show you your boy. Narrow I have to manually type this out because for some reason my copy and paste isn't working. There you go.
Oh, he's sweet looking.
Okay, so following him about, he leads you around the back of the academy, or this is like the edge of the city. In front of and around the academy, it looks like that's where the main population is actually gathered. That's where all the businesses are. That's where all of the taverns are. That's where all the shops are. It's all centralized so that it's in one place. You guess this is probably how the city was meant to be designed and built up as when it was first being created. It just makes sense to keep all of the hotspots in one area so that it's essentially kind of not separating the city into an upper and lower tier, but keeping all of the nicer and more wealthier aspects of business close enough aligned that they're not going to get any traction for being too far apart or for being on the outskirts of town. But as you go past the academy, you can see there is still more city behind it, just not much. And one of the spires in the kind of furthest back side of the academy grounds, while still being on academy grounds but not side of the actual city, you see there is a vibrant blue tower. Not quite turquoise, is the same color as the lamplighters that you saw before, but kind of just like a deeper, almost like bluish purplish color stone tower that goes up for probably about maybe 100-ish feet. You can't quite get a bead on how tall or how big it is exactly because as you're getting closer to it, it looks like it gets taller and taller and wider as you approach. Kind of like a weird scale, like washing monument situation where like until you're at the base of it and looking up, you don't really get the full height of it. But as you approach, you can see Ian or Eden is just kind of mumbling the entire way, going, yes, so the Mr. Slade does not often meet with people without having prior third-party confirmation on who or what specifically is being requested of him. He, of course, being one of the architects of the city, has made countless items, but very rarely does he meet personalized requests like these. So I'm rather interested in how this meeting is going to go. I hope it goes well for you. I'm going to be sitting in on this, as you know, it is not just learning how to make items, but how to properly sell and make sure you know which ones you are supposed to take in terms of jobs and which ones you should turn down. So if you have any questions related to that, obviously you can talk to me or Mr. Salir, but please, you can either refer to him as the Architect Arcane, the Architect Torrent Salir, Sir Salir, any title of general respect on top of that as well, of course. He is not too stingy about names, but just do not call him just Torin or by his first name. That'd be disrespectful. Um, any quick questions to go over before we pop in and say hello?
Uh, no, I think we're here to do business. We're ready.
All right, wonderful.
Reasonable early.
I wish you luck. I will be around even if you don't see me, and feel free to head on inside. And you see he kind of just places his hand against the building, almost like leaning up against it, and his hand kind of gives, like the stone gives way, and his hand goes about 2 inches into the building as like a stone handprint matching the same size shape of his hand goes in, and a doorway just creaks open. Not like stone shifting apart, but like the wall itself was always a door in that same place and shape. After you. And you all enter. As you step inside, the temperature immediately changes. You can tell it's just a little bit colder inside than it is out. Um, Almost like to the point where it feels like having slightly thicker clothes would be better, but not to the point where you feel yourself freezing or like in need of um, any kind of winter clothing immediately or suffering consequences. And you begin climbing these kind of similarly steep cold stone stairway as well. It is winding and it does go up for quite some time. But as you reach the base of the stairs, um, you see there is a doorway that opens up automatically. And sitting inside the room, you see a number of different artifacts on display. This is 100% a display room. You can see cases that hold different amulets, swords, um, all various different items that are like the amount of them per like space in here. This reminds everyone who has been inside of it or has seen the inside of it to a little bit bigger, if not equivalent size to the Dambala's safe room, where it's just this massive collection of like shelves and shelves and shelves of just collections upon collections of various different items and relics and spell scrolls. And you can see there's also like potions in here as well, with all different kinds of liquid and colors. You can see there's also kind of mounted on the wall in the back. There's just kind of undulating, slightly moving, like gel, if not kind of like jelly almost, that's inside of a glass case. And it's just always slightly in motion, not quite always, never quite still, but like not really moving or like thrashing. Um, but sitting in the center of the room with a number of chairs, kind of like in a semicircle in front of him, you see a man wearing rather simple robes. Um, you see just like this gray dress shirt with a few buttons not fully done. So you can see just kind of a little bit of his collarbone showing. Um, Wearing kind of a silk robe over that, that's kind of like lightly drifting, almost if there's a perpetual breeze kind of flowing it back. Um, a not blue skinned, but a kind of bluish purple skinned tiefling sits in front of you. You can see golden eyes and matching golden jewelry adorning both his horns, ears, and face. Reading glasses currently sitting upon his nose as he is looking down at what could be a ledger or some kind of book as he is flipping through its pages. And he's currently sitting with like one leg crossed over the other. In a very casual and just kind of very comfortable stance. And as you all approach and enter the room, uh, you don't see him, but you don't see him walk past you, but you watch as Ian or Eden appears next to him and just whispers something in his ear before smiling at all of you once more, taking a few steps back and disappearing again as if he just walked into some sort of space that cannot be seen. You see he closes the book, looks up at all of you, and gives a soft and kind of gentle smile. And goes, uh, welcome. I've heard a few things about you, and I'm curious to see what you have to pitch to me today. Please have a seat. And he gestures for all of you to sit. Let me go ahead and just share a picture of him now. There we go. Does everyone fall into the seats, or does
Oh.
anyone choose to stand?
No, we're sitting down.
Yeah,
Uh,
sit down.
as you all find your seats, he goes, just before we start, you do have payment, yes?
Look at Cyrus.
You see Zyrus kind of hesitantly nods and goes, yes, one moment. And she goes, I'm just going to pull it out of my bag if that's all right. And he goes, oh, no, but of course, go ahead. And she reaches in, pulls out the chest, and puts it on the floor between the group and Torin. You see, as he looks at it, he goes, claps his hand, and you watch Kipley. You can see it, the others can't. You watch as a spectral spirit, and there's actually, I forgot someone has see invisibility here, or something as close as you can get to it. You watch as there's countless invisible servants moving through this room at once, not making any footfalls and not like actually moving anything physically, but just moving between the display cases. You see some of them are kind of just on a general watch, looking out the windows. You can see one walks up and picks up the chest and moves it over to his side and opens it um, and begins counting the gold.
Yeah,
And he goes,
Kipley looks ADD as her eyes are just consistently
"Yeah,
like
that's a little
trying to
bit
take in
overload."
everyone.
There's at least, from you can tell in here, there's at least 10 in this room, and you sense there's
God.
probably more than what you can see past this point. Also, do you know how I previously described like magical items as glowing for you?
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking bright in here. Every single case is glowing with magic of some variety. And you could definitely tell some are far more potent than others. Um, so if you want to make any rolls related to that, just let me know. But in the meantime, you see Torin looks at you guys and goes, "All right, I'm just gonna double check that that is what you that is the correct amount of payment. But the 10,000 gold has been secured. You are all here. You all showed up rather quick, which I'm surprised of because I was told it would probably take you a number of weeks before getting here. I thank you for your response and the rapid nature thereof. You have the floor. The 10,000 gold per my discussion with Mr. You see his lips ever so slightly break into a smile. Mr. Duvall was enough to get my interest. And this is going to be the perfect meeting for all of you to try and pitch the item you would like me to make. I will say, because I don't believe I've met any of you before, nor does this previous interaction with Mr. Duvall lead me to believe that any of you actually know me. This is just for the meeting. And he kind of gingerly pats the chest. I don't have any of my clients actually pay for any of the items that they make. I make masterpieces. I create. I do not just smith. I do not just enchant. Every single item that I have made has led to legends. So keep that in mind, and best of luck. And he leans back in his chair, and it looks like he is waiting patiently.
Oh, curse you, Aldrin, for not giving us more detail.
Do you get asked to make a lot of stupid things?
No. The amount of gold that it takes to even get a meeting with me is enough to stop the majority of those silly requests from getting through to me. But there have been a few in my time serving as the Architect Arcane, yes.
What kind of legendary things have you made before?
Quite a few, but I will say this is not exactly time for a Q&A.
Oh.
You have 10,000 golds. That will buy you about 10 minutes of my time. So best, I wouldn't want to waste any of your time. If you would like to use that time and just ask me questions, by all means, but I figured you came here for a different purpose.
Oh no, we would most love to not waste all of the time and energy we spent getting here. So, Mammoth. Nope, she does not say that. Wrench. She elbows Mammoth.
Uh, I'll just let my friend Sirs answer that question.
You see Cyrus the look, as she specifically said this morning that Mustang and Kipley would do the talking. She goes, Cyrus goes, yes. I think we can explain it as a group, but I wouldn't be against setting some backstory to this. I'm cursed, and as you may know, we asked for an item that could potentially identify
Oh,
what
that's
is causing my
right.
ailment, as we have been unable to find a suitable cure through either arcane or divine means so far. But I'm sure it can be better described by my companion Santiago here as well. She looks towards Mustang.
Oh my goodness gracious. He's
Yeah.
passing us around like a hot potato, aren't we? Yeah, it's kind of a precarious situation that we're in here, in that we need to be able to identify these things and also kind of know what to do with them, as in if it can identify like how it can be contained, perhaps even destroyed, remedied, like Cyrus said, or Zers. Zers? How did you pronounce it?
Sirs.
Adkins? Like Sirs, but okay, Sirs.
Now, Ash,
What?
level with me for a second.
What?
I don't know if Dom has heard it, but I'm pretty sure you just said Cyrus the first time, right?
I did, but it was a mammoth sort of way. It was a Freudian slip.
All right, hey, I'll let you have one. Keep that in mind. One.
Everybody gets one.
As just like Spider-Man says, everyone gets one. Cool. You see, Torn kind of nods and looks like he's paying attention. He does look slightly amused that you guys are passing it back and forth between each other. And goes, okay, so you would like me to create something that can identify both what is causing the issue and how to solve it. That in itself is a little bit of a oxymoron, but what is the specific issue that is being caused by this curse? And he's looking at you, as you were the last one to speak, Mustang.
Extremely bad luck.
Bad luck. How so?
Like catastrophes following you wherever you go. Sort of bad luck.
So you've brought catastrophes to my doorstep,
Perhaps.
and you would like me to remedy it instead of asking you politely to leave?
It's just a chance, you know. It's luck. It's not always certain, but it's certainly been enough that we can walk out this room away from you, but we can't walk out the room away from ourselves. So a solution for us who have to live with us would be ideal. It likely will not affect you.
And you said she was cursed. And he looks towards Cyrus. Are you the only one that the symptoms occur in, or do you affect others around you? And she kind of like Cyrus looks. Cyrus is a pretty good poker face from what you've seen so far in the campaign. Cyrus looks pretty nervous despite that. Like she has a very cool face, but you can definitely tell from body language that like shifting of her feet and hands, she's a little nervous at worst, at best, excuse me. And goes, as far as I can tell, it affects everything and everyone around me. Only while I'm in the vicinity. So you want me to build an item of which you don't have a specific outline or vessel for to identify an issue that has never actually been properly identified before. And you would like me to do this because you bring ruin wherever you go because of this one individual. Did I miss anything?
No, that sounds about right.
And how would this help me? What ruin have you caused that would make this item well known? Would bring reputation with its name, with its purpose and use? And we're gonna go ahead just because I think it's funny. I'll roll it in here because you can see it because Cyrus's sheet is private. Oh! Natural one.
Oh no!
There could not have been a better time for this,
Oh my
as
god.
Cyrus's face goes from trying to keep cool to a state of full panic. As she realizes, and as all of you realize, you have not yet, to your knowledge, caused anything to happen so far here. And everything else that you have done has been from where you came from. And Cyrus nervously looks at the rest of you.
Right, you're looking for notable instances of calamity.
Yeah, you say you bring ruin wherever you go, and all of my items that I make serve a purpose past the point of just being a weapon, a shield, a bow. They carry my name with them, my reputation, and my very livelihood. So if I'm going to fix this issue, I would like to know what I am fixing so I can put my name on it properly. And if it's simply nothing but your speculation that this is bad luck, then I'm not sure that's something I want to put my name on.
Well, nothing's happened yet, but we're not speculating. That I can promise. But another thing I can promise is that if you can't do this for us, well, first, Architect Solier, if I might ask, how long do people like you usually live? Yeah, I mean, you're so rich with the arcane. It's hard to speculate. So I'll just ask.
His eyebrow immediately raises. Hmm. If you're asking the average lifespan of a tiefling, it's only roughly about 80 to 90 years. However, as you stated, I am rich with the arcane. I'm on my sixth or seventh cycle. No, sixth cycle so far.
Hold on, I'm doing mental math. Out of game cycle, does that mean like a life cycle? Like the 80 to 90
Mm.
years?
You can, it's it up to you, man. You can presume.
Okay. Sorry, I'm plugging it all into a calculator.
Oh my god.
I,
Hey,
I
this
wanted to
counts
know
as
the year.
time. This counts as time, man. You're
Oh,
good. Clock's ticking.
well, it might not matter to you if you live in that one, but what I can guarantee is that whatever you make now, I promise your name will carry at least 1,000 years into the future and carry weight to souls that have not even been conceived yet.
Oh, I'm sure it will. And it already is assuredly guaranteed to. The price of putting my name on something can't be bought with gold. I fix things for people. I make people. From what I can understand, from what Mr. Duval, cute by the way, told me, you are not exactly the most well-read or studied individuals. And I say that with no file or venom within me. If you knew properly about my work, you would know that every weapon I have forged and enchanted, every magical artifact that I have made, has turned someone or something into legend. I have made just about every single grand hero's sword the reason that they're alive. I have made this city's entire infrastructure and the way that it functions in not but one lifetime, but have modified it over multiple. My deeds stretch far beyond these mountains and even far beyond this continent. So the risk of taking your word for it, you can see how I'm going to need a little bit more. Perhaps a demonstration? If it's something that you can bring out at a time to show this misfortune.
I have a question about somebody that you may have known in the past life or a cycle. Have you ever come in contact with somebody calling themselves a child of the comet or something along those lines?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this behind the board, just in case. We're gonna use the Scanlan die. Huh. Okay. He turns to you. Child of the Comet. What does that mean to you? Is it
Um,
related to this issue?
I would just uh more of a credibility kind of thing.
Oh.
I was
Are
wondering if
you
maybe
credibility? And how so?
um well Right now, I guess I'm the current child of the comet, and I've recently learned that I've lived for like super long and had a bunch of lives before this. And so maybe if you knew who that was, or if that rang any bells, then it maybe, it wouldn't just seem like a random group of people.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll this, Mammoth, because this is extremely important. There's no inspiration to be used on this reroll. This is just a roll of a d20. Now here's the thing.
Oh,
I'll peek behind the curtain. He rolled over 30
oh,
on a history check
Huh.
for Child of the Comet. So he knows of him.
okay.
He's heard that name before in reference in passing. Whether he has actually met the current Child of the Comet, because remember, you currently exist in this
Fuck!
time, is about to be determined. We're going to call this straight even check. 11 or higher, and he knows the current name and current individual who bears the title of Child of the Comet. 10 or below, he hasn't met them yet, or he doesn't know enough about them to be sure that you're not him or her.
I roll a 13.
Fudge.
Okay. So, he leans back in his chair. And you said your name was Ranch?
Uh, well, that's what she said my name is.
And that's just a nickname between friends. His name is Caesar.
No, 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 no. One moment, please. To throw out the name Child of the Comet, it's a very rare mention. In terms of credibility, I've only come across this individual maybe once or twice. I know of you. I know of some feats that you've claimed to have done. I was not there for them. But I've heard enough, and I've read enough, and I've studied enough to understand this world to a degree most would dream of knowing. You claim to be the current iteration of the Child of the Comet?
I think so.
Where were you born?
I don't really. An island. I don't think it really had a name.
And you grew up on that island?
Yeah.
Hmm. And what's your real name?
My real name is Mammoth.
Mammoth. Wow. This is interesting. You see, in most cases, when people lie to me, they normally do it at the end of conversation. They try and sneak in hidden lies, prices of things, extra features, something that they said we agreed on previously. Or maybe even just for introductions, saying they know me, saying they know someone that publicly I've been seen with, perhaps friendly with. don't pay much attention to things like the comet. It's not exactly something that I need to worry about. As I've been told in the past, you handle it well enough that I haven't seen any of its effects in my lifetime. Now, I'm just wondering why you would lie about that. If this was under
Um,
different context or pretext, yeah, maybe I would be a little bit more cautious. But you're already here. You paid a great deal of gold to be here and requesting an item. Why would you lie about this in particular?
uh, it's less of a lie and more of a accident. Uh, to okay, I- so I have like a bunch of past lives, and I guess when I become of age, I'm supposed to remember things. Um, and I'm not of age yet, and so I'm telling the truth according to what I know, but it seems maybe that doesn't line up with what you know.
Hmm. Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Uh,
Go ahead. What does he have to be? An 11? Okay. Still possible he can fail. Not likely. Okay. Mammoth. Any surname?
not that I know of.
Funny. My curiosity is something that can be piqued, but I am a cautious man, first and foremost. How you know about the comet, I won't bother to ask. How you know about the name is what I'm concerned about.
Like the title?
No. You're a druid.
Yeah.
Druidic adjacent, at the very least. Okay.
Mhm.
And the circle that you bear your upbringing to.
I'm part of the Circle of Stars.
Hmm, okay. You've done your research then.
Hmm.
Mm,
Well, okay. That makes it seem like I'm lying, but I'm well
Well,
informed of that.
Mammoth, you can see how I would be a little hesitant to believe that you are the current iteration, child of the comet, when I in fact have met the current iteration, as you would put it. Now, I would throw their name around as proof, but I'd rather not give that to a stranger who's trying to impersonate them.
I
So
can show
I'm gonna
you.
say you got about, let's say, 3 minutes, 2 minutes left, and a whole lot more trust to try and build up, or one hell of a pitch or demonstration to show that you're not full of shit.
Um, right. Well, I guess to start, I'll do this, and then we'll shift into chalice form, I guess. Or not shift, but you know.
Hmm. Oh, no, no. I didn't mean you, my boy. I meant for the item.
Oh,
People can mimic all different sorts of abilities. I'm not interested in seeing what you are. I'm interested in seeing why you want this now and why you would claim to have such things. So, and he looks at Cyrus, if you have a demonstration that you have available, I would suggest you pull it out now. And Cyrus is going to look very nervously around the room. And Duradon, you're going to hear a voice in your head. Oh, is Duradon here? Oh, okay,
Yes,
good,
I'm.
good. He is, he is, he
Yeah,
is,
I'm
he is.
present. Yes,
Go, 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 go,
I've
go,
been
go.
on my silently screaming to the world. I fucking told you people.
No, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good. I did. There was like a bunch of chat spam, and I didn't know if there was a BRB hidden in there. You hear a voice in your head go, is it worth showing him? This is not Cyrus's mischief.
Jordan will telepathically communicate. If there would be any exception, it would be for the person that is capable and aimed at creating probably the most essential magic item that we'll need in this journey. It's unfortunate that it has to be revealed like this, but kind of seems like it's now or never.
Um, you might want to gear up in case this goes bad then.
Lucky, I only have one thing. I have the clothes on my back, the shield at my arm, and blood. So I'm
Yeah, we
pretty
get it.
much
Your shit
fully
got
armed.
She goes, yeah, we get it. Your shit got disintegrated. Move on. You see as Cyrus kind of looks back towards Torin and goes, I can't show you anything, but she might be able to. Uh, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a very important wisdom saving throw right here. Um, this is for possession, as Mischief is going to attempt to leap from Xyrus to Torin.
Ooh.
Now, there's going to be two prongs to this. There's going to be two stages to this. On a complete failure, she does gain control of Torin. That she is still a divinity. She's still an aspect of divinity. She has enough influence, even though she's only a part of herself. She still has enough influence to control powerful people, as seen in the past when you were dealing with a very powerful mage in the form of Newman. So, if he outright fails, this could be a whole different encounter. If he succeeds, he will know that someone tried to possess him. He will know that it wasn't Cyrus trying to possess him, but something that came from her. You do not want him to succeed more than 5. If he succeeds more than 5, something really bad is about to happen. Go ahead and roll this on roll 20 so you can see. Torn Salir is as what you were described to him previously. He's not an archmage, because that would mean that he is of a wizarding folk. He is the highest rating sorcerer in all of Ryland. She's adding pretty decent bonus to this. Her possession DC is not Cyrus's, it is a separate DC. We're looking for a wisdom saving throw of 19. He is a +7 to this. You want 11 or lower, or you want at least a 12 or 14 on the die? Okay. So, as she says, I can't, but she can. You watch as Torin's face goes slack. Cyrus's body slumps over for a moment as she falls out of her chair. And you watch as Torin's body kind of goes limp for a second, looking down, almost as stunned, before his eyes shoot up and breaks into a rather creepy, nearly face-splitting smile. And you hear the voice emanating from his own, or you hear the words emanating from his own voice, excuse me. If you would like proof. Ta-da! And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session.
I knew you were
Up
gonna
there
say
next
that.
week.
That's fucked up.
We're going to go pick up there next week, only because it's also 11:46 and I have to be up in less than 5 hours. Uh, and next week is going to decide whether this goes to combat or not.
Oh.
What?
Man, you had like a near 50-50 chance. I'm sorry.
I have. Wait. Was that an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check?
That
I
was the
assume
saving
one.
throw. He did fail. He did fail. So this is the good outcome of it. But how it goes from here can be
Oh.
different. Is the important thing.
Yes,
Because
I won't.
Mischief essentially proved that this is something that she can demonstrate happening to people by taking over his body. Now, what the important thing is this. You, from his perspective, just lied about being a very random figure in history. Because,
Yeah.
like, Child of the Comet, realistically speaking, not that important to society. Not everyone knows about him. Only a select few. Divinity is going to know about you. That, like, because that stars is directly tied to, lore and history of the world. They're going to know about it. Average person, no idea who that is. A well-studied person who likes to listen to, excuse me, not fucking audiobooks here, who likes to read up on lore and likes to know important things and why they happen and when they happen, he's gonna know enough about them that he keeps track of maybe every few or so incarnations to see if anything's going on. He wants to know if the world's about to end, but besides that, why would he care? You just happen to get the wording wrong of I'm not a incarnation, I'm this incarnation. Ugh.
Oh, I hate
Of
these
which
rich bastards.
You'll
No,
find
I
out
want to
next
ask Mister to give him a wedgie.
you'll
What?
find out next time of why specifically he said you did your research as well. Because it wasn't the stars. It wasn't even the stars thing. He knew it way before that. Ugh, I'm excited. I'm excited. But hey, this is still we're not at a net loss here, gang. This is still going even at the very least.
He
got caught in a lie. But you also got pretty valid fucking proof when a sorcerer of his caliber, which better thank the fucking heavens that they don't get wisdom proficiency. If this guy got proficiency bonus, that +7 returned to a +14. So that would have been the easiest pass of his life. We would have had to get in the fucking 5 or higher on the die. Which he did, but we fucking lucky that that's not the case. So, next week, have some good sales pitches. Get your Shark Tank in this week. Watch up, learn up, get some business pitches going, some sales pitches, and hopefully all goes well.
I didn't know we were gonna have to pitch it.
Oh, 100%. You think some rich guy who already runs the city cares about 10K gold? Hell no. You can
Uh-huh.
pay
Dang, I'm
for
gonna
a
have to lock
meeting with
in.
a yeah, you can pay for a meeting with like a fucking millionaire or billionaire, but they're not gonna care if you pay them $100,000 to build something. Hell no.
I can't believe school is leaking into my Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a business major, and now I got business and sales in my fucking D&D. I'm gonna
Hey,
lock for you guys now. Now
apply
that I know it's
real
coming.
world skills here. Um, but quick recap for next week for things to think about. If this goes well, options that you have. You do have the practical trials to make money that you know of. Parsifal's Palace, potential items you can buy. Bronze Brazier, excuse me, I can't say fucking anything because my voice is gone. Is going to be the fighting rings, and that is going to be where you can try and make money for both illegal and legal fights. It is the same place. You just have to know a password of which you weren't given because Finn doesn't know it. But I think overall, not too bad with this group's with this group's expectations going into it. I think we expected to crash and burn. The plane is just doing a backflip. We're gonna see whether it lands next session or not.
Oh yeah.
It's not a journey with the six if we don't do a little barrel roll along the way.
Amen, sister. Amen. All right. I gotta be up in like 4.5 hours. Love you
Damn.
all. Have a great night and